If you love cute cards, happy paper, and projects that make you smile the minute you see them, then you are in the right place. Hi, I'm Julia with Julia Sue Stamping. I'm so glad you're here to spend some creative time with me today. Hello, I'm so glad that you're here. So whether you're crafting along or if you're simply here for some creative ideas, Paper Party Live is all about sharing the process together. And Paper Party Live is where you are right now. Before we dive in, can I ask a quick favor that makes a huge difference? I run a very small creative business. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button to the channel. Follow me on social media. All these things make a really huge difference to my small business, and I appreciate you so much. All right, let me go ahead and share with you today's project, all right? Here it is. This awesome, fun project is using the Cute Bug Suite, not the Sweet Bug Suite, it's the Cute Bug Suite, and that's what I'm focusing on this month. This card is so full of sweet details and lots of playful charm. The layout's very approachable, the layers are simple, and it's absolutely perfect for enjoying patterned paper. And there is something very special that goes along with today's project. I always create a step-by-step PDF tutorial for every one of the Paper Party Lives as a thank you. And that PDF is free for my team members and customers who place qualifying orders. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This PDF tutorial includes very clear instructions. It has the supply list, it has measurements, and it has all the step-by-step instructions that also includes measurements, plus lots of great photos. So you can craft along live or use the PDF anytime that works for you. There's no pressure, just fun. And here's a fun surprise. The PDF doesn't just include this card, it's going to include a bonus card that I will share with you later. So if you love having everything ready to go, then you're going to love this part. I also do make and take kits for my team members and the qualifying customers. All right. I'm not sure what you mean. Tanya says that she looked and looked at her packet, but she doesn't see my idea. It is very cute. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Tanya, but thank you. Why don't you let me know what you mean by that? That would be really awesome. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up the kit here, and it has everything that you would need to create the project, except for adhesive, scissors, and the stamp set. That way you can craft along, or you can create later. Because I know life gets really busy, and crafting isn't here to feel stressful, okay? That's why I love pairing Paper Party Live with the PDF and the kits, because with the video as well, you have everything you possibly need. So let's go ahead and get started with building this card together. This layout is really going to help keep things balanced and let the details shine. I love starting with a clean layer because it's going to set the stage for letting everything else just shine. I've got the adhesive that I like. I tend to be a tape roller person. Oh, Tanya, you always tell me that you're trying to figure out what we're making and that you're not able to figure it out, which I'm glad it's a mystery for you. And I'm even happier that you are here to figure it out with me. We're going to go ahead and on the outside of the card, put a base. The card base here is your regular 4 1/4 by 11, and then we've got a matte, a basic black that we're putting on top. Next, we're going to put some basic white on top of that. So whatever adhesive you like to use, and it's just being matted right on. So very nice. And now this is a simple trick that makes a really big difference. We've got the gingham paper here, and we're going to put that onto this nice mat of black. And it is such a nice, bright, bold Poppy Parade color, right? It's really bright and cheery. Poppy Parade is probably my favorite red. I know a lot of people will disagree with me, and that is a-okay. I'm going to put this down a little closer to the left side than to the right side. I'm going to let the right side have just a little bit more room on here. So yes, it is offset a little. That's what I like. It helps create movement and keeps the eye flowing on your card when you don't have things absolutely completely centered all the time. So with this card, now I'm going to get something to help pick out these little chads. I have used these Spotlight on Nature dies to create the circle here. We've got a white circle. I did a piece of vellum out of it first, and then I did another Spotlight on Nature circle to go inside, die cut it again, so there was about 1/4 of an inch of basic white with nothing but that cute border, and that will have some chads on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to poke those out with some kind of pokey tool. So whether you've got your take your pick or some other pokey tool or a needle or whatever it is that you use, scissors, go ahead and poke all the little chads out of your Spotlight on Nature or your border, whatever it is that you're going to use. And I think I see they're all gone now. And now I'm going to check my vellum piece to see if they're all out of here as well. I see a couple. Poking them out. All right, now they're all gone. So let's clean this off of the work surface, because I will end up watching the video later and see these little chads on the back of my fingers and stuff. I think last week I had the backing of a dimensional on my finger for a really long time in the video, and I had no idea until the video was over. So what we're going to do is take a silicone sheet or a piece of grid paper, something that you can have as a scrap. I am going to use a sponge dauber. I have sponge daubers. Yes, this step set is awesome. I have a sponge dauber that is solely for glue and adhesive. So I'm going to put some adhesive on my silicone sheet. I just make a little pool of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dab the sponge dauber in, and then I'm going to put some adhesive on the outside part of this vellum, because I'm going to adhere, and I'm doing it just on the very outside. I don't want to get it on the vellum inside of it, just on the outside. I'm going to adhere that little 1/4 inch piece of the Spotlight of Nature on there, and I'm going to move it to line up the pattern. There, I've got the pattern all lined up so I can see the pattern perfectly, and now I've got the vellum inside of that pretty, and the pretty border all around it. This is a trick that I like using. I like using vellum when I want to make it so something that is bold is not quite as noticeably bold. And it helps kind of tone it down just a little tiny bit. Now I'm putting the adhesive evenly onto the back of the vellum so that it won't show once I put it on the card front. And this is a big circle. It's going to overlap all the things, and I lay it down, smoothing it out, and you can't see the glue at all underneath. This means that I can put my little critters that I have ready to cut out from the designer series paper anywhere I want, and you won't see the adhesive anywhere on this part of the card. So that's a really nice way. Do you see how much more it has toned down that? And so now I can put all sorts of things there. I'm going to go ahead then and grab some scissors. Here we go. And I'm going to cut out this little snail, a little bit of fussy cutting here. So are you a fan of fussy cutting, or is it your great hated activity? I honestly do not mind fussy cutting. I find it really calming sometimes, and it is just, you know, something that I can get done, and it's just a peaceful activity. You want to move the paper and not your scissors as much. So I'm just going around the snail's antenna. Is that what they are on a snail? Aren't they antenna? I think so. And now it's shell. And then I'm going to cut them up to this adorable little bug. And it's holding like a dandelion, I think. That's a dandelion. What would you say that it's holding? Do you think it's a dandelion? And up around its little antenna too, I think. Have I told you the story about when I went to a Halloween party and we were all dressed up? It was a really good party, and I had a friend dressed up as a bee, and so he had antenna on his head, and all night long he kept losing them, and he kept going around saying, "I've lost my horns." He kept not calling them antenna, he kept calling them horns. So that's a funny memory. All right, and then up here for around this flower or the dandelion, but dandelions are flowers, aren't they? Up here all the way around that. So if I had done this video earlier, I would probably make this part really fast, and then I would also have my voice in there really fast so that it sounded funny. That's what I do a lot of times in my videos, where I'm cutting something out or doing coloring live on the video. Okay, so we got that cute little guy all done. Now, when I was cutting out the flowers for everyone else, I had lots of packs of this paper that I gotten, so I would have enough for everybody, and I still ended up having to use some edges of things. So what I'm going to do, when you only have an edge of a designer series paper item that you want to use, all you do is you tuck it under something, and then no one will ever know that it was the edge. So that's what I'm going to do here. And the first thing I want to do is the base of my little scene is use these dandelions here. So I'm going to cut around the edges of the flowers just a bit, go down in here, cut around there, and now up to the stem of the other one. And now around that flower as well. So what's the weather like where you are? Here in, I did not marry that guy at that party. No, I thought that was hilarious, so that he kept calling them his horns. All right, there may or may not have been alcohol involved on his part. I'm not going to say anything like that. Alrighty, and let's go around here. Almost done with this little leaf. And down to the grass. Okay, so now we've got that little bit all done. How cute is this? And now I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive behind it, a little bit of the glue, because it is a smaller piece. So just a little bit, not much, just a bit. Okay, I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to have it overlap just a little bit at the bottom of our scene. Nice. Okay, so that's just what I'm doing with that. And now I'm going to put some dimensionals, some little mini ones, because it's kind of smallish, behind the adorable bug and snail. So some of these I needed to have them facing a different direction than what I'm probably going to be showing you. And if that's the case, then just go ahead and use it in a different direction. All right, so I'm tucking this little guy over the flower that I had as a half. Remember, I only had that little bit of a half. So there we go. All right, and now I'm going to cut out this little bee, and that's the last of my cute little critters I've got here. On the one that I showed you, I have a butterfly, and I ran out of butterflies in all those packs of paper. So I said, that's fine, I will use a bee to share with everybody, but I do have a butterfly to show you. So getting the other leaf, that's called a wing, I'm going to call it a leaf. And see, I'm almost as bad as my friend at that Halloween party. And over to the little feet here, so cute. All right, and I think I will use some mini dimensionals on this thing too. So I put them right up here, pop it up, just a couple of them. And we've created an adorable little scene. Yay! It's so sweet. I love this. And I have the love you lots sentiment that I'm going to stamp onto a piece of basic white that I have. I think this is like a 1/2 inch by 2.5 inches or so. And to stick with the black and white theme that we've got here, I'm going to put it onto the Memento black ink, and I'm gonna have to take a look here because this is pretty small, so I know I'm gonna get my head in the camera, and I apologize. Yeah, that's okay, but I'll see if I can do a better job on the other side. And getting it in there. Hopefully this will be better. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, love you lots. Closing that up because I'm an expert at getting all the ink on me. Make the edges go down, and a little bit of adhesive on my side that I messed up, surrounding it with some basic black because I'm following the theme of having things matted here. And the last step will be popping it up with dimensionals. Sometimes less really is more. This card is simple, it has a simple sentiment. I'm just going to have a few embellishments, and it's going to really keep this card looking polished. So there on the bottom. Okay, inside of the card that I did as an example, I do have it matted with some white and black, so lots of room to write a message, a heartfelt message, and you can see that butterfly there. He's taking a look at that dandelion being shown to him by the bug. But for this one, and the stuff that I left to everyone, I have it blank in there. If you want, you can go ahead and put some black and white in there if you want, or whatever would work for you. I also have the Ladybug Garden epoxy shapes, and everyone has some in their kit, or you can use whatever you'd like. I have a little bit of adhesive here on my workspace. I'm trying to get that off. All right, and using the Take Your Pick tool, I'm actually going to use 5 of these and put them on different places here. So I think I'll put one up here just to kind of make it look like it's got some dew on it or something like that. A little bit there. I think I'll put another one over here by the sentiment, a little tiny one by the sentiment as well, kind of at a diagonal. And the 5th one, I think I'll put right here. Okay. And that is it. So you can do the inside of your card too if you want, because I usually like the inside to feel finished and thoughtful. In the kits, you should have your envelope all set and ready to go. A matted writing space really gives you a nice room for the message and ties everything together. And so if you're loving this project, there's absolutely more waiting for you. That full PDF tutorial does have the bonus fun fold. It is a fun fold card and it's absolutely free, but it's available on my online store if you'd like to create both projects. It's free for my team members and qualifying orders from customers, but here is the fun fold. How cute is this? I've got every single measurement and all the steps, supplies listed, so you can make that, or you can use your own supplies. If you don't have the cute bug suite, you can use something else. I'm glad that you like this. I'm so happy. This is adorable. The bonus project is so much fun, and before I go, I want to be sure and stay connected with you, all right? Your likes, your comments, and your when you subscribe to the channel really helps my small business grow. I appreciate your support so much, more than I could ever even begin to tell you. Yes, the ladybugs are absolutely adorable. Everything about the Cute Bugs suite is outstanding. The cute papers, the adorable, all the projects I make just make me smile. So last week we had these that were in the tutorial, and this week we've got these in the tutorial. So we are really getting some fun, cute projects with this suite. So cool. I absolutely love everything about it. Crafting doesn't need to be complicated, you know, to be joyful, to have a good time. You can keep things simple, you can keep it easy. Layers make a huge difference. Layers always look like chef's kiss, right? If you are not sure what to do, layer. And that's all there is to it. So I love to do lots of layers. If you've hung out with me much, you know I'm a layer person, and it just makes a huge difference. So thank you so much for being here and crafting with me. I'm so glad that you were here. I'll see you again soon. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day and that you have a chance to get inky. Bye.